Hello all, welcome back to this creative world. We're going to be showing you our system of airports and flight that we use to get around using elytras and fireworks. But the important thing is that we have a network of airports. Currently we're in this capital city area, and then we have this airport here. This is the main international airport, if you will. And then we have two others. The second one we built was way up here, just a single runway that connects to a lot of metropolitan areas, and then a newly added one on this island here. So we're gonna take you through each one and show you how we design them and give you some ideas for yours. But the first thing we have to do, of course, is get to the airport. So currently we're in the capital city of Toydaria. We're going to go ahead and try to navigate there. So the best way we do that is through a central transportation hub like this station here. This is Grand Central Station. We covered this in a recent video about our rail networks. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have a few different nodes here, different lines. We're going to take this. And this is going to take us directly to the airport. Let's head on. We're going to get some scenic views of the world here. And there are some waypoints using this mini-map mod in the distance, but don't worry about those. Alright, here we go. We are approaching the rail station here at the airport. Go ahead and head down into the terminal area. So some nice signage here. This is the highway entrance to the airport here. There's that. This is a new private terminal that was added, but so in the beginning, of course, you gotta check in and get your your boarding pass. So here we have three options for airlines, and we left a sample airline boarding pass here for Toydarian Airlines. So there's that, and we're gonna go ahead and go into departures. There's also a parking lot out there in case you brought your horse, in the horse parking lot, and ample amounts of airport security. Okay, let's go. Departures. Gotta have a security checkpoint down here. So ideally you would have a passport. I don't have one on me, but this is overseen by the transit authority, so we're gonna go ahead and throw it in there and put some important signage. This is like a scanner here, x-ray machine. So the officer would be in here to inspect the passport that was dropped in there. And they can also barricade the entry point here to allow one person in at a time. Extra flight suits, which we'll see in a second. But after they examined the boarding pass, they would go ahead and just toss it into this hopper here, and that'll transport down the line. We'll see where that goes. Go through this, and this is where you would retrieve your passport. Perfect. Okay, now we're all cleared for security. We're gonna go ahead and go into the runway area. First, you gotta have a bathroom after you get through security. Some stalls here. And we're gonna have a nice little waiting area. It's a little bleak. It's not very nice, but it gets the job done. And of course, we have some nice overpriced airline food, or at least airport food. Yeah, so that's a nice little touch. We have some seating here, and inside this booth here is, I don't know how to get in there. Probably should make a little door, but these are just redstone powered levers that go to the, I don't know if you can see that. Just closes up the trapdoors there to control the flow of people. So once your flight arrives, you're now granted access to this runway. and this is where you would have your flight suit. We'll just take it from this chest here with some fireworks. And it's on low durability, so you can't just steal this and use it forever. It's more of like a one-time use. And we have a new terminal that we added here that needs to be furnished. Oops. It needs to be furnished, but that'll be a nice little lookout point. We have 2 runways here, runway 49 and 10. And we're gonna go ahead and blast off over the West Sea here. It's a Teen Titan Tower, if you know what that is. It's a nice little beach, but we're not gonna make any stops. We're just gonna go ahead and head to our second airport, which is actually right over here in this town. Okay, let's go. Runway 70, clean landing. It's a quiet little town, island runway, as you can see. So we just came from there. So some important signage to watch out for incoming flights, and a nice little security checkpoint. It's more of a regional airport. We have some information for travelers who are traveling from far off lands. And this is a nice pedway that goes all the way to the downtown of the city. It's a little ship with a crane. And just really nice access to this downtown area. So let's go back to the runway and head to our next destination. So this is the most bare bones airport we have. It's very simple. There's not even a terminal. So let's go ahead and blast off. So we're gonna go over some important towns and stuff. So we have these general, I don't even know what you would call it. There's like posts that kind of indicate the direction towards where we're going. This is one of our towns here. That head into a very urbanized area of North Fannin. And we're going to be approaching the last airport on our stop. It's the second largest. And there we go. Cool. Here we are. This is the Westopolis airport, as you can see. It services Westopolis, which is this area here, Eggland City, of course, and Elysium is over here, and the capital, really true capital, is Westopolis here, complete with a massive stadium, which we made a video about. Downtown Westopolis here, Westopolis Park, and then the University of Westopolis here, which we also made a video on. So once you land, you're expected to go through the gates here and head into the terminal. Completely different design. It's more futuristic. Some seating here. A long corridor. And this is where you would exit. So here's another security checkpoint. It's done a little bit differently. This is where the, I guess the TSA would be, but we call it the OTA, or a Westopolis guard. Okay, this is a sign that we added when we were building it. This was supposed to be a food court, but obviously just turned into a mural. But we do have bathrooms here. Public restroom for everyone. It's a little less nice, you know, what's kind of expected of a public restroom. Some mold growing the floorboard. At a lot of our transportation hubs, we have these offices here where you can buy transit passes for the subways and airlines as well, and to get a temporary ID. And since this is a major transportation hub, there's also access to the underground subway system, which is quite extensive. I'll just sort of show you on our map here. It leads to major hubs. we're able to see the underground, but it goes for a long while. Subway is a very important nexus of our transportation network. But of course, the airlines allow us to get from point A to point B as fast as possible. So that's why we have them. I just service these major transportation areas. With the exception to this regional one, there's not much there. But after we get out of the airport, this gives us access to the downtown area, which is very limited right now. But we have a castle-looking structure here. It's complete with this rent a horse. This is, it would be filled with horses that you can rent out to take to your next destination on the horse highway here, which services a lot of the map. As you can see, this large road, paved road. But no horses in there. What we do have here, this is a really cool building. This is our Westopolis station. It's serves dual purposes. It's a rail station / restaurant, and has a food court. So very simple food court here. This is one of our fast food chains called Tubbs. It's wonderful. Restrooms, of course. What is this? Oh yeah, some lore. Gotta have lore. Maintenance closet. I didn't even know this was here. Little details like that go a long way. And a little ATM, which is an ender chest. Okay, rooftop bar is upstairs. This is a really cool thing that we added. Of course, I have a menu here. Have a lot of fun making menus, but there is wraparound seating. The kitchen is in here. This nice wood-fired grill here. All of the items for the menu. Very fun. Wraps around. We have a separate, there's a restroom there. There's a separate bar here with a bar menu. That's a lot of fun to make too. So this is a rooftop bar and grill. And on the underside, we have the rail spot here. So this goes towards Westopolis Park, which is close to our downtown. So it all connects from the airport to the rail station and subways and the horse highway. It's just a node of transportation networks. So that is a quick look at our airfields, airports, and major transportation hubs. I hope this gives you some ideas in your builds and your worlds to connect large swaths of your server. And I hope to cover more parts of ours as well, as we've barely scratched the surface. So thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe. Goodbye.